You're listening to E-commerce Fastlane, the podcast show to help you build, manage, grow, and scale a successful and thriving company, powered by Shopify. Listen to real conversations with partners and subject matter experts as they share proven practical strategies, platforms, and the best Shopify apps to help you accelerate your business. The time is now for you to improve efficiencies, grow revenue, profit, and lifetime customer loyalty. Please welcome your host, startup founder, and strategic advisor, Steve Hutt.
Well, hey there. Welcome back to another episode of E-commerce Fastlane. I'm your host, Steve Hutt. Now, today, I'm thrilled to have Anthony Constantino, and he's the founder and CEO of a company called Sticker Mule, and they're at stickermule.com. Now, Anthony's journey in e-commerce really is remarkable. I did a little bit of research before recording today and creeping on his LinkedIn profile, and I was in perplexity, really looking around. It's so interesting. He really has transformed what I would call a very simple idea into what is now, I say, is a global kind of custom printing powerhouse. That's kind of the words that I'm thinking of right now. But the Sticker Mule really has become one of the world's most popular custom printing companies. They serve millions of customers. I mean, they even have like Google and Facebook and X are customers of theirs. And I believe what kind of sets them apart really is their focus on making kind of custom printing incredibly easy and fast to do. It's like often they can have orders delivered within a few days, which is kind of unheard of in the custom printing market. One thing about Anthony's experience, he's really been through a lot of areas of business, from manufacturing and operations, obviously very innovative kind of marketing strategies. I mean, they even got hot sauce. We'll talk about this in a few minutes. But under his leadership, like Sticker Mule really has expanded. They're now in 17 countries across 4 continents. They really have had impressive growth, and it's an incredible industry. Today's episode, I really want to unpack a lot of the challenges, about scaling a custom printing business and getting into Anthony's career and just uncovering some kind of unconventional marketing tactics. I think there's going to be something that you can pull out of today's episode, I think, that could really help elevate your business. So, hi, Anthony. Welcome to E-commerce Fastlane.
How you doing? Happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much for taking time to chat with you today. So can you walk us through some of the early days of Sticker Mule? I know the story because I kind of researched it, but what was the initial vision, and then how has it kind of evolved over time?
Yeah, I moved very quickly, and so the initial vision was really just to create an internet manufacturing company. My co-founder, but I don't know the story, was in his 70s at the time we got started, and he had got his first computer, his first time ever using the internet. And I said to him, it'd be fun to have an internet company. He said, what do people even do on the internet? And yeah, I showed him Cafe Press. They're still around today. And he said, wow, that's interesting. Then he went home, closed the laptop, went home, came and saw me the next morning at 9 a.m. with a notepad in his hand and all sorts of notes. And he said, Anthony, I went home and I thought about our conversation. I decided we got to start an internet company together. And 3 months later, we had a company called Sticker Mule that was launched. And so the original idea was just to have an internet manufacturing company. We knew at the time the way manufacturing worked was manufacturing generally went through distribution. So even at the beginning of the internet, we were one of the first real internet printing companies, but some of the ones that moved before us, they had websites with web forms, and they were a front end, and they would job orders out to a manufacturing partner. But we wanted to do everything all in one, and we wanted to make it as easy as possible for people to buy custom printed products. And we started with the sticker and ended up going into other things from there. But the real vision was internet manufacturing company and making it as easy as possible for people to buy custom printed products online, but really as easy to buy as possible. Obviously, the internet became the primary mechanism to purchase most things.
So I did more research too. So I understand that, Sticker Mule really, from what I can get, some of the feedback that I've seen, I've read some reviews from people, it starts really just from the stickers part of it, but you've expanded to a lot of different areas. But people claim and they love the fact that you have these speedy kind of turnaround times. And so, how have you kind of optimized production and fulfillment to allow these kind of fast kind of processes to happen? There's incredible efficiencies you have here, and I'm just curious to know how that happens.
Sure. I operate on the golden rule. We built our business on that basis. Treat others the way you want to be treated. I value my time. I don't like losing my time doing things. And so we operate the business on the basis of valuing our customers' time. We try to make it as easy as possible for them to buy and as quickly as possible for them to buy and get their stuff. And the way you do that is through technology. Technology is the tool we use to get everything done. So a lot of people don't realize, some people call us a tech company. Some people argue we're not because we're just a sticker company that sells a bunch of other things too. Some people say we're not a tech company, but we actually have 100 engineers that work at Sticker Mule, a combination of both software and hardware engineers that work on everything from back-end systems to facilitate order processing, to front-end systems to facilitate ordering for the customers, to the hardware guys actually build machines. We build our own machinery. We've designed 15 unique pieces of machinery. And once you get a machine designed, you have to make copies of it. It's really hard to design machines because you have to decide what processes your machine's going to address. Then you have to design the machine, and then you have to give the machine a thumbs up and say, I want to put in an order for 20 of these particular machines. And so, we've been able to build 15 unique pieces of equipment, and we've installed over 250 individual machines that we built ourselves, in addition to buying equipment from third-party partners as well. So we use a combination of machine technology that we buy and build.
Wow, it's amazing. Looking at the website too, I mean, obviously Sticker Mule, clearly stickers was kind of like the first starting point. I'm involved in your newsletter, so I see a lot of these different announcements, but it's so interesting that you have expanded out beyond stickers. And so, there's everything from like custom t-shirts now and temporary tattoos and wall graphic. I mean, you do a lot of stuff. I mean, I'll give links later in the show notes, but how do you decide on a new product line to introduce it to the market? I mean, great to expand and go a little bit wider. I get it just from a business perspective, but what's your approach on finding a category that you believe that you can, develop into with your brand? And then what's the approach to launch that particular category?
Yeah, that's a great question. We like to do products where we can be the absolute best at the product. So whatever we make, we like to be the absolute best vendor. That's one of our keys to success. It's not good when you're in a situation where in your heart of hearts that you're worse than the competition. So whatever we sell, we're better than the competition. Right?
Yeah.
A lot of people are in that situation where they know and particularly in our business, we have a lot of copycats, and copycats are generally not as good as the original because, the innovators are the ones with the brain power doing the interesting things, and the copycats are always a step behind. So we have some copycats, but whenever we touch a new product, we like to touch products where we know we can be the absolute best. And there's an opportunity for us to use our engineering skill, both in software and hardware, to do things that other people haven't done before. So if you look at tattoos, for example, we actually worked with chemical engineering talent on that one to develop our own custom ink. The ink we have for temporary tattoos is something no one else has. It's only for us, and it goes through machines that are unique to us. And so we're able to do something that's never been done before there. Our tattoos are the best on the market for low run options. And so generally we try to do that. We try to get into product lines where we can be the best. The easiest way for us to do that is to get into products that leverage our existing manufacturing skill set. So if you think about a tattoo is very similar to a sticker. In fact, some of the competitors, they sell stickers that they call tattoos, but they're basically, just stickers that stay on your skin, and they're not they're fairly uncomfortable. So, if you look at it, a tattoo is very similar to a sticker. So we're able to leverage a lot of our existing technology stack to produce that product very effectively. The trick there was creating an ink that didn't exist yet. So we had to spin up a chemical engineering team to do that ink. T-shirts is totally new for us, but that's a big market.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that.
And people like that market. And so we wanted to be the best at that. And so we've been making major strides there to be the best at T-shirts. We've already designed some of our own equipment for T-shirt manufacturing that supplements some of the off-the-shelf equipment that exists to make T-shirts, but also the inventor of the digital T-shirt printer works at Sticker Mule and joined us to help us lead our innovation efforts there. So we look at opportunities to get into product lines where we can be the absolute best. We don't always go after volume. I mean, sometimes we look at products like T-shirts, a high volume item, but we don't always go after volume. We'd rather just have products where we know for sure we're the best.
Yeah. What's interesting though, there are, there's a lot of dime a dozen out there and some notable peers kind of just doing t-shirts. Typically that's like their main bread and butter. But the reality is that their claim to fame as well. We have all of these syndicated partners all around the world, and it's going to be locally produced kind of in your state, or in your country or province. And, it's speedy delivery. And, and yes, there's some technology and some API connections. And yes, these partners do their own thing. Plus they connect these other platforms and stuff. But the reality is that sometimes they can't really control the quality that comes out. I know they try to vet the best partners they can that join up to their network. But at the end of the day, that's what's unique about you, is that you like physically are printing all the stuff yourself with your own machines. And so you own the QA.
Exactly. We're doing everything ourselves. We're in total control of quality. And they're basically doing what I talked about in the beginning. They're a distribution layer in between the front end and the manufacturers. And we control the whole stack, which lets us control quality. T-shirts are a difficult product, and people that are primarily focused on t-shirts really struggle because it's not a high margin product. So fortunately, we have a number of products. Some are high margin, some are low margin. T-shirts is one of our lower margin products, but we do it because it's a high demand item, and we're doing it in a way that's better than what anyone else is doing. Another huge problem in the t-shirt world is the variety of different shirts, right? There's so many people, so many different shirts and so many different shirt colors. And there are difficulties with printing on different colors. There's difficulties with printing on different t-shirt substrates. So we have a much smaller t-shirt product line than anyone else, but that allows us to deliver the absolute highest quality because, as you mentioned, like other people in the t-shirt world are working with a variety of manufacturing partners. So you have inconsistent quality on that regard. They also offer a lot of different color options, a lot of different material options. And so they have very poor control over quality. And in fact, there's one, the really big company that people talk about a lot in the t-shirt space. And you look at their reviews and it says 99% people love them. And I know for a fact that's inaccurate because it just, they're working with all sorts of third-party partners that produce inconsistent quality. And our number one product by far is t-shirts, stickers. And even on stickers, we don't get 99%. So they're doing something weird with their reviews. But, that's their prerogative to operate that way if they want to operate that way. But people love our shirts. We have a very narrow product line for shirts, but they're by far the highest quality in terms of printing. And I think in terms of t-shirt material as well.
This is lovely. This is a good pivot because I want to talk a little bit about something new that you have launched recently, this kind of Sticker Mule Stores. And I think it's interesting because it's kind of like you're working with influencers and creators and brands really to help sell kind of custom merchandise, but directly from Sticker Mule. So can you talk a little bit about this? Because I think you even got like Mike Tyson and Donald Trump Jr., I noticed.
Yeah, we got Tyson, Trump Jr. We got Ricky Berwick, who is my favorite. He sells a ton, but we just landed. They just signed up last week. I don't even know who these guys were, but it's called Fish Tank. It's a reality show. I didn't even know about it. I'm actually going to be on the show Friday, I think, because they're selling so much stuff. They asked me to come on the show, but they set up and they sold like hundreds of orders very quickly. It was so they're on there. And the great thing about our platform, I call it sort of like e-commerce 3.0. It's very, very. It's by far the fastest way to set up a store and start selling. If you look at like 1.0, you had to build your own site. 2.0, you worked with like Shopify and some sort of integration partner. And 3.0, you don't have to do any of that. You just click some buttons on Sticker Mule and your store's up and running. You can do it all off your phone if you want or on your computer if you want, but it's very quick process to set up your store. Once your store's set up, we do all the shipping and we do all the customer service. So all you have to do is focus on creativity. So Fish Tank was the first major store. They signed. I've never seen a store grow so quickly, but they signed up a few days ago, and I don't know if they're in the hundreds or in the thousands of orders yet, but they've been a great seller. And so, it's the easiest way to sell merch on the internet.
Yeah, it's amazing. So how does it actually work though? So like, do you collaborate with like any creator or brand and then does the store reside on Sticker Mule as a subdomain, or like, I'm just curious.
So I sort of called it like Commerce First Social Network. So it's a little unique in that way. All the stores are on our platform. So it's stickermule.com/fish tank, stickermule.com/Mike Tyson, stickermule.com/Ricky Berwick. I'm stickermule.com/Anthony if anyone wants to go buy my stuff. I have one design that's doing pretty well, but or people also like buying my dog. I got a t-shirt with my dog on it.
I'm looking right now.
Too.
Jump for peace.
It's great. That one people like.
Yeah.
That design's been stolen, and it's all over. It's on Amazon now and on eBay. It's all over the place. People stole that design from me,
Wow.
so I'll have
Yeah.
to build tools to prevent that in the future. But that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, like it's a commerce virtual network, so it's just as easy as setting up an account on X or Instagram. You can set up an account with us. It's sort of like a social network, and then you can start adding products. Right now, you can instantly add any product you previously purchased. In the future, we're going to let you add products that you haven't purchased yet, and this is where all our a big chunk of our dev resources are going. Like as I said, we got about 100 engineers at Sticker Mule. We got 20 people just working on the stores platform. So the roadmap's really exciting. We technically just launched about 2 weeks ago. So we technically just launched 2 weeks ago. We already got 13,000 or 14,000 stores created, and the roadmap's really exciting. Once you launch, all you got to do is connect your PayPal, and then you can apply a markup to any of your items and start making money. We also pay out commission. So anyone that enters through your store and buys through your store or just signs up. So if you get signups through your store, those people get tracked as your customers, and you get commissions on their future purchases. So as you start making money on our store, you can make money in 3 ways. You can make money via markup and commissions. Yeah, you can make money via markup and commissions. 2 ways, and then deposit the money in your PayPal on a monthly basis.
Yeah, it's amazing. Because I think I have a lot of creators and YouTubers and different people that are just trying to figure out ways of how they can branch out into different channels just to monetize their growth, even on TikTok and whatever they're doing. It's nice to be able to redirect a link directly over to Sticker Mule. Like, it's amazing.
The nice thing about our platform is no effort. It's no effort. Once it's running, it's no effort. It's very quick to set up. You don't even have to administer a Shopify. There's no hosting fees. There's no nothing. Just create your site, and then it's there. And then just like any other social network, you can have followers. So as you grow your following, there's benefits there because you can introduce new designs, and your followers will get notified of new designs. And trust me when I say there's a long roadmap of more exciting stuff coming.
Yeah.
So both in terms of now we have a strong incentive to add more products too, because our sellers are asking for different types of products, and also add more features. I think it's going to become the fastest growing e-commerce platform on the internet because it's so quick and easy to get started.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. I want to talk a bit about the hot sauce. The hot sauce story blows my mind. It's so interesting. So you have your own dedicated sauce called Mule Sauce, which you sell on your website. And I did some research. You're selling almost, 40,000 bottles a month or something insane. But you do white label hot sauce too. So, and people can actually put their own labels on it and sell it as part of whatever their plan is. So can you tell us the launch story or the origin around Sticker Mule hot sauce?
Sure. I like comedy. So we, as one of our principles, we try to inject comedy into our business as much as possible. Our emails are funny. We do different things to be funny. And one day someone said, it'd be funny if we sold hot sauce. And I said, yeah, it'd be really funny, but it's only really funny if it's actually the best hot sauce. So I said, imagine people say, my favorite hot sauce comes from a sticker company, right? And I said, that would be funny.
Yeah. And it turned out to be that way.
Yeah, well, so that was the idea. Like one of our team members, he said, well, it would be funny if we sold hot sauce. And I said, yeah, but it's got to be the best one. Then it's really funny. And I said, let's go figure out how to do that. And I assigned the project to him, and he said, I'm just joking. I wasn't serious about this. I said, no, I actually think it's a good idea, but we do need to have the best hot sauce. So I put him on the project, and we put together a team eventually. And we had like 3 or 4 people at Sticker Mule dive into the world of hot sauce for about a year. And a year later, we came up with Mule Sauce, which it turns out is the best hot sauce. We submitted it to a hot sauce competition. They did a blind taste test, and we squared off against 270 other hot sauces, and we won number 1.
I know.
So
it's amazing. And you're even in retail now too. I see that you're in Amazon, you're Walmart and Kroger, and you're all over the place.
Yeah, we're in a bunch of retail stores, and then everybody kept saying we want to white label it. So we started white labeling it. So now you got restaurants, they put their own label on the sauce, and they use it as their own sauce, which is great. And then it's in the stores as well. So you can sell it in your Sticker Mule store. You can put it in your restaurant. You can give it out as a joke to your friends. You could say Mike's birthday sauce or whatever you want to call it, and do a quick joke with friends, or give it out as a joke ongoing, whatever you want to do. So we got Mike Tyson sauce and Ricky Berwick sauce and all different sauces. In fact, I was like, maybe we'll just make Mule Sauce one of the sauces in our stores, and the main product will be white label, right? And so it's a really fun product, but yeah, it turns out I live part of the year in Mexico, and I was really nervous when I first got to Mexico to let people try the sauce in Mexico, and people try it there, and they love the sauce even in Mexico. So I said, I know for sure it's a good sauce because most Mexican people make their own hot sauce at home. And if they like your sauce, you're doing a pretty good job of hot sauce.
That's amazing. Yeah. I never thought about it, just like, buying a bunch of them just as gifts and stuff and labeling them up. And then, but all different events and stuff, like it's so interesting. Like even, like imagine, where they have these rib fests and chili fests and different things like that, where they, and like, yeah, I could see it being a really interesting brand play to have this available.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So awesome. So I want to talk, kind of before we wrap up a bit here, I want to talk a little bit about emerging technologies. It's kind of one of my underlying themes I have, because, you're knee deep into this space. You clearly have some really great things going on. You really are helping the creators and these entrepreneurs kind of expand out with your Sticker Mule store now. But do you see any emerging technologies or any trends that you kind of on the horizon? Like, is it 3D printing? Like, I have no idea, but like in your space, where do you see the technology or kind of evolving?
Just the digital printing is the big transition. So if you look at the world of stickers, there was screen printing. I call it, you call it screen, but there was traditional printing. So traditional printing, screen, offset printing, flexographic printing, and so on. And so if you look at the sticker world, when we got started, it was majority screen printing, and it turned into a situation where it's like mostly digital printing. We've migrated stickers almost entirely to digital printing because the technology just keeps getting better and better, both in terms of quality and in terms of cost. And so it makes sense for the market to migrate to digital. And so I think you're going to just see a continual trend with the migration to digital printing. Eventually, you're going to have primarily digitally printed products. T-shirts, I think we're going to do the T-shirts when we did the stickers. If you look at our entry into the T-shirt market, we waited until digital technology was mature enough that there's a legit chance to migrate the T-shirt market entirely to digital. So right now, I don't know what the breakdown is percent-wise. If I had to guess, it's probably 20% digital shirts and 80% traditional print with screen. But I think over the next few years, you're going to see a migration of T-shirts is going to go completely digital. Screen printing is going to go away, just like with stickers, and you're going to see the same with other products. In fact, our poly mailers are also printed digitally. We're the only people, I believe, that print poly mailers digitally. So we do bubble mailers and poly mailers. We print those digitally. That technology is unique to us. But that's another product that prior to us was being printed flexigraphically. So that was being printed with the traditional print method with inks and plates and all that. And so that product line is going to move to a digital process. T-shirts is going to move to a digital process. So yeah, in the merch world, you're going to see a transition to just digital across the board.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, you must work a lot with 3PLs too. If you're doing like custom tape and poly mailers and bubble mailers, I could see some great opportunity of your outbound salespeople reaching out to a lot of these 3PLs.
Well, the interesting about us is like we don't really do outbound sales, so everybody comes to us. Yeah, I mean we just like we focus on, we do Field of Dreams, and so we're doing that with we do Field of Dreams, right? If you build it, they will come. So we focus on just building the best experience, and people want to come to us because the experience is so good. And so we're actually doing that right now with the e-commerce platform. We got started; it was in beta. And we were reaching out to people. It's really hard when you're doing outbound sales because when you go to somebody on an outbound basis, they think you're in need, right? And you're saying, I need you. And it's much better to just build an incredible platform and have them come to you and say, I want to be with you because I heard you're so great. And so with our storage platform, we started doing outbound when we were in beta to get some people on board. But right now our focus is innovation and just making the platform so good that people are going to come to us and say, wow, I heard this is a great platform. I'd like to be on it. You're in a much better situation doing inbound than outbound. So I'm sure we do work with 3PL. I don't really know who we work with most of the time because they just come to us and they buy from us. And we do have a sales team that services larger accounts. So if you are a very large account, we do sometimes set you up with a salesperson.
Right.
But for the most part, people just want to buy from us. One of my principles, I said, is the golden rule. And maybe you're the same as me, but I don't like talking to vendors. I want to talk to my friends and to my family. I don't want to talk to vendors. And so our principle in running Sticker Mule, people don't want to talk to us. And so if people are talking to us, it's because there's something wrong with the website that's preventing them from doing what they want to do without having to have a conversation. And so we try to make the technology so good that they can do everything they want. They don't have to ever talk to us.
Yeah, this is amazing. So, so my takeaways for today is there's ways of expanding out your product lineup into, a lot of the products that you have available, like from stickers down and all the packaging and buttons and magnets and T-shirts and hot sauce and like you got everything. wall graphics. So you should just go to stickermule.com. That's number one, and have a look. I think the stores concept, I think, is really interesting, how easy you're making it for people. When I actually go there now and look, it says there's 14,290 stores, and there's some big names in here, from like Amazon Web Services through to there's a lot of people on here.
One of the first stores and we didn't do outbound. One of the first stores was Kennedy actually came to us. Robert Kennedy came and his team set up a store. He was one of the first 500, I think. They must have been big Sticker Mule fans because we barely got the word out, and they set up a store very quickly to support his campaign. So, a lot of people set up. The cool thing about us is I tell people, if people say, how did Sticker Mule get so big selling stickers? And I say, well, prior to us, it was a 6 to 8 hour process to buy stickers. It sounds crazy now, but you had to go through so many back and forth emails and trading artwork files and all that. It would take 6 to 8 hours of your life to buy a sticker. And when you have that situation, what happened was people bought stickers primarily for companies and political candidates, stickers that were really, really necessary for their life. But when you do what we did, we turned it into a process that takes about 30 seconds. All of a sudden, people are buying stickers of their cat, of their dog, of their girlfriend, of their kids, other doodles, of little tiny drawings. And so if you look at what we're doing with the stores platform, I think you're going to see a repetition of that, where you're going to see, even with Shopify, it takes a bit of time to set up a Shopify. So people set up Shopifys for serious situations, but they're not setting up nobody's going to set up a Shopify to have a store just for a graduation party. It's too much work. But if you look at the Sticker Mule Stores platform, you could set up a store just for a graduation party. You could set up a store just for a family reunion, send out a link and say, hey, listen, we're doing a family reunion in a month. Here's the store with all the family reunion t-shirts. And so, because it's a process that takes about 30 seconds. So I think you're going to see similar things with our stores as you saw with our stickers, which is we made the process quick, and all of a sudden people were buying sticker use cases that never would have been purchased before. I think you're going to see stores coming out that you've never seen before. You're going to see temporary stores for family reunion. You're going to see.
That's what I was just thinking. Even for Disney, you know how many people go away to Disney and they all want to wear matching t-shirts and stuff like that. But branded, mom, dad, or your name on it, or just the year of when you were there. My wife went through a lot of aggravation to get the shirts that we wore when we first went to Disney. But and I love that idea about just creating a custom link, just temporary. Boom, there you go. We're meeting at this. Here's a meetup we're having. If you want to be part of this, campaign, this group, this whatever, boom, go here, buy it, boom, done.
Exactly.
Easy.
So you're going to have stores just for a particular meetup, stores to celebrate the birth of a child, stores for your dog, stores for, I think you're going to see a lot of stores that wouldn't make sense with a Shopify type situation, because it is actually about the same amount of time. Like I said, it was 6 to 8 hours to buy a sticker prior to us. It's probably 8 hours of your life to set up a Shopify. And people will do that if they have a legitimate, serious business that they need to set up a Shopify for, but they're not going to set up a Shopify for a family reunion, but they will. But they can do it first. They can do that with Sticker Mule. They can set up a store just for a family reunion or for a trip to Disney or to celebrate the birth of their child. And they say, hey, look, here's your baby. And you send out a link to everybody in the family and say, you can get t-shirts and stickers to, celebrate the newborn, whatever you want to do.
It's amazing. My son's in grade 6, and they, every year in grade 6, they do this entrepreneurship for kids where they have to kind of do something and create a business. And the thought was in the back of my mind. I go, dude, you gotta create you gotta find some stickers, or you gotta find a few things, and they actually get to sell them physically, and they can create a website or whatever. But this is an easier solution. Why not come up with something, a hot topic? If it's a gaming concept, if it's Roblox or Minecraft or whatever, creating a bunch of stickers and then selling them in little packs for $1 or $5, people will buy them and they'll make a ton of money, and you can give them a link to the website.
Yeah, exactly.
It's insane. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, this is awesome. So for those that are listening, the other option, number one, go to stickermule.com. You'll see all the details there. Even have a sample pack. Can you tell us what's going on with this sample pack and why people may want to buy a sample pack, and what do you get just to get started here?
Well, you get a lot of fun stickers with our sample pack. You get about eight or nine different stickers of all different. So we have a lot of substrates now. So you get to try out all our different substrates and get some fun stickers to share with friends. We also have a custom sample pack service that we're spinning up. You're going to be able to build your own sample pack in the future that you'll be able to sell. So sticker packs is a major request. We're working on sticker packs as a product to be able to build your own sample packs with collections of your stickers. That's been a major request that people have as well.
Okay.
So I don't know. That's probably coming out next year. I guess I probably shouldn't pre-announce new features, but I'm looking forward to that one.
To be announced. Yeah, it's cool. Well, Anthony, time is money. It's been a great conversation. Thank you so much for taking time to chat with me today. I'm going to wish you tremendous success and continue in your journey. I think you're onto something really cool. I think my listeners are going to love this too. I think people are going to try it out. My son's going to try it out. I'm going to get him to sign up and, maybe you'll create some stickers and stuff for his entrepreneurship kind of course and stuff like that. So this has been very educational. Thank you so much for sharing today.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun coming and talking. Hope your listeners enjoyed. And shoot me a message anytime. I'm AC132 on X and Instagram.
Okay, lovely. I'll make sure it's in the show notes. All right, have yourself a great afternoon. Well, that's it for today's episode. I'd like to thank you personally for being a loyal listener of E-commerce Fastlane. It's my hope that this podcast is offering you a ton of value through growth strategies, tactics, and exclusive insider tips on the best Shopify apps and marketing platforms, all with my personal goal to help you build, manage, grow, and scale a successful and thriving company powered by Shopify. Thanks for investing some time today and listening to the show. I'm so proud and excited that you have a growth mindset and are a constant learner. I truly appreciate you and your entrepreneurial journey. Enjoy the rest of the week and keep thriving with Shopify.